Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, KW Leadership, Why Not Me, with MAPS coach, Vasha Chevalier. Please note this meeting is being recorded and will be available within 24 hours on the MAPS Group YouTube channel. You may access the YouTube channel from your Zoom confirmation email, and we will also share the link in the chat momentarily. Currently, everyone's on mute. We do value group participation, so we ask that if you have any questions for your coach, please type them into the chat box below, and your questions will be addressed throughout the webinar. Following this meeting, if you have any questions about today's call or our coaching programs, please email us at fasttrack@kw.com. And that's all for me, Vishay. Take it away.
Thank you so much. So thank you everyone for joining me today to get more information about the LEAD program, which stands for Learn the Pathway to KW Leadership, Leading by Equity, Action, and Diversity. And specifically, our topic for today is KW Leadership, Why Not Me? So in answering that question, we're going to break down some benefits of you taking this program. We're going to also talk about things that leaders have in common and how these things are showing up in your life. And also the type of thought process that leaders have, and you obviously have because you are here today. So today we're going to talk. It's going to be no formal presentation, just real talk. And I want to know how this is going to impact your life on your KW leadership journey. So I'm MAPS coach Vasha Chevalier, and I'm usually joined by my co-coach Dennis Russell and our special guest, Rockstar Team Leader Extraordinaire, Amina Blake Foreman. And Dennis is in the air right now, and Miss Amina is at another engagement. So you get me today, so we're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna ask a lot of questions, and you're gonna get a lot of answers. So let's get right after it. And you know what? I want to start this off with just a roundtable discussion. So the big question is, why should you take this course? I mean, why should you invest your time, your money, your energy into this? So today I'm going to bring up 6 talking points. And these are about leaders. And I'm going to ask you to share your thoughts around these points. And then we're just going to have a roundtable discussion. So here's what we know about successful leaders. Number 1, leaders invest in coaching and are continuously moving from entrepreneurial to purposeful. Now, I know you guys heard E to P, right? From entrepreneurial to purposeful. And then leaders lead by example. They know the way, they show the way, and they go the way. Leaders are influencers. They also follow our Y4C2Ts with the emphasis on the E and the S, equity for all and success through others. Leaders also take responsibility in all outcomes, and they give credit to their team for wins. And then finally, leaders are clear in their direction and vision. They know who they want on their team. So let's start with the first point about leaders. They invest in coaching or continuously moving from E to P. So tell me your thoughts around that. Come off mute and let's just hear what you have to say around that.
I think it's a really important point because one of the things that sort of prompted me to get to coaching to begin with is that there's no athlete that has become elite without coaching. So you need coaching in your life to help you, for whatever the case may be at that particular time, whether it's a need to do something better, to have a different mindset, whatever the case may be.
That's right, Jeremy. Thank you for sharing. Who else? What are your thoughts around it? Hi, Chad.
I had a feeling you was going to call me. Now, just ask a question one more time, please.
Yeah, so leaders invest in coaching and are continuously moving from entrepreneurial to purposeful. What are your thoughts around that?
It always takes me back to, and I can't remember the author, but I believe the name of the book is called When. He was Michael Jordan's and Kobe's coach, the one that wrote that book. And it always takes me back to him. And he said that once Michael Jordan got with him, it took his game to another level. Even Dwayne Wade, I believe he was training with Dwayne Wade as well. So Tim Grover, thank you. He is, once they got with him, it just took their game, their body, everything, their mindset to a different level. So just providing that right coach takes your whole package to a different level.
That's right. And wouldn't you all want a leader that's constantly looking to improve and grow? Not someone who's just stuck and set in their ways and just like, oh, I already already know what to do. I have no room for growth. See, we're no different than that. And so when you guys join your leadership journey, you're going to have to invest in growth, invest in coaching so that you can always be at the top of your game. So our next point is leaders lead by example. They know the way, they show the way, and they go the way. So let's talk about that. Who want to take that one? What are your thoughts around it?
Are you saying in regards to coaching, in regards to like, are you saying more like what your thoughts are about coaching? Is that what you're asking?
No, great question. Not about coaching. Leaders that actually walk the walk and talk the talk. They know the way, show the way, and go the way. What are your thoughts around leaders with that quality?
Well, that's something I'm doing right now with the mentee right now, that I just recently took on 2 days ago. And I don't want to preach something that I'm not practicing myself. So I'm also being coached by MAP coaching right now. So I'm definitely taking that seriously.
Absolutely. No one wants to follow a leader who is not showing that those qualities themselves. Who wants to follow someone to tell you, go do this, and they're not doing it themselves? They have not done it and are not looking to do it. So you want leaders that are in the trenches with you, who understands what you're going through. And when you become a leader, you're going to have agents that are going to follow you because of that, because of your proven track record of success, of knowing what to do, showing what to do. So that's one of the qualities that leaders all possess. So think about that when you're thinking about your leadership journey. So our next point is leaders are influencers. Leaders are influencers. So let's have dialogue around that. What does influence mean?
Just that you affect others. And I think that why should someone invest in you unless you're investing in yourself?
I love that, Darlene. Absolutely. What else? Don't be shy. This is a participatory webinar and you guys can come off mute. It's no judgment around any of the answers.
I have an idea. So I think that if you're an influencer, maybe some of the things that you donate your time to, or some of the different folks that you help, because of how you are giving of yourself towards something, if more people know about it, they may want to also join you and give, and to good causes or help other people. So it's like the things that you do or how you are inspires other folks to try and mimic or help and do the same thing.
Absolutely. Think about our lives personally. We are influencing people negatively or positively every day. And as leaders, we want to have a positive influence on people. People follow us. They look up to us. So what influence do you have on people? So all leaders have to have influence. In other words, if they don't have influence, nobody's going to follow that leader. Remember, people don't leave companies. They actually leave the leader. And then Leon says, I believe your actions influence a lot more than our words. You're right. You're right. So here's our next point. Leaders follow the Y4C2Ts with the emphasis on the E and the S. This one I'm super passionate about, our Y4C2Ts. Let's talk about that. What do you guys feel about leaders following that with the emphasis on the equity and the success through others?
I'll throw my 2 cents in.
Thank you.
So I actually, years ago, I used to say something that was misinterpreted by so many people. And it was that the most unequal thing is to treat everybody equally. And that's really what the equity is about, is understanding where everybody is and being able to treat them the way that they need and deserve to be treated so that they can be on the level playing field.
That's right. And you're meeting them where they are, right?
Yeah, exactly. Meeting them where they're at.
That's right. And then what about that success? Success through others.
Vasha, I'll speak to this. I remember many years ago on the ALC meeting, Mo Anderson she used to get on the phone calls and she'd always speak to the fact of growing through people. And it always resonated with me that that was a secret sauce. And I have learned that it's easier to go around people or try to find another way of doing it, because you really got to increase your ability to influence. You've got to grow as a human being. You got to do a lot to you to effectively help others. And if your mindset is to work through people, then you look for solutions. And if someone's not doing something the way you want it, or it's not going in the right direction, it's easy just to, oh, I'll do it myself, or I'll find somebody else. But when you really try to slow down and say, okay, how do I help this person? And you work through people. And I believe that's what Mo was saying, that, you know, it's really success through people, because when you get done, if you help somebody come up, to get there, you've got to have someone helping you increase your lid and your skill set. And that's, you've got to be disciplined and willing to do that if you really want to help people. And I just think, you know, success through others, not only people, but just clients, co-brokes, recruits, peers. So I just think that's it's an easy statement, but in practice, you really have to work on you. And that's hard.
It's definitely a challenge that some of us haven't mastered yet, right? And, you know, no one succeeds alone. You hear Gary say that all the time. No one succeeds alone. If you think that you can do it all by yourself, you're just going to go so far and you're going to hit a roadblock. And when you're a leader, you have to succeed through other people. You have to welcome their perspectives, their opinions. You have to bring them in on your vision. You have to engage their thought process. And that, because guess what? I'm sorry. That's the joy of working from home during a pandemic, right? Someone always knocks at the door, so just don't pay them any mind. So, you know, as a leader, we're going to always welcome others' perspectives. We're going to grow through them. We're going to learn together. And that's what makes us successful. When we do it on our own, or think we can do it on our own, then we're just going to hit a roadblock, and then people are going to gravitate away from you versus toward you. Look, Rose says her dog is barking now. LOL. It always happens when you're on a Zoom meeting, right? Hey, it is what it is. We're human. So don't let that distract you. We're going to have fun. So I love that. So leaders have to really honor our belief system, our Y4C2Ts, and know that there's equity for all and success through others. Now, our next talking point is leaders take responsibility in all outcomes, and they give credit to the team for wins. So who want to share their thoughts on that? You take responsibility for the outcome and give credit to the team for the wins.
I think it's I think when you're a leader, you know, just going back to that success through others and everything there, when you have a win, it's a we. It's all about the we. It's not about the I. When there's, you know, potentially something that maybe didn't go quite as we expected it to, then, you know, I think as a leader, we tend to, or we should, then we say, no, that's an I, because the reason something went wrong is because I, as a leader, didn't do something, whether it was training somebody appropriately, whether it was, you know, whatever the case may be. You know, we take a personal responsibility when something doesn't quite have the outcome that we expected to. But, you know, the team takes the win when, you know, every time we have a win.
That's right. And think about that in sports. It happens all the time. When the game is won, the team takes the responsibility. They take the credit for that. When the team loses, it's on the coach. And no one wants to play the blame game. The leader, the captain goes down with the ship every time, right? And then they give credit to the team. That's what uplifting people is about. That's what getting people to follow you is about. Giving credit where credit is due. So leaders always take responsibility for the outcomes. The great thing about it is you never have to be attached to the outcome. You can change the outcome. You can change the outcome by reflecting on what worked well and what didn't work so well. And enlisting support from your team, right? So now here's another one. Leaders are clear in their direction and vision. They know who they want on their team. They're clear in their direction and vision, and they know who they want on their team. So who want to share their thoughts around that? Where are my rainmakers at? Raise your hand. I know we got some team owners. There we go. Maria, come off mute. I'm gonna call on you. You're a rainmaker. Let's talk about that in that aspect. You know who you want on your team. You're clear in your vision and your direction. What are your thoughts?
I believe, I say this all the time, I believe that we are the 5 people we surround ourselves with. So I always try to surround myself with 5 people that I admire. And I do the same for the women on my team. Well, I have one woman now, the other woman went to referral, so women on my team. But I keep telling her when she has self-doubt, like, just surround yourself with someone maybe that you admire or you think is better than you. We're always doing stuff to better ourselves. So whatever I'm doing, I'm sharing, and she's doing, and we're growing together.
Yeah, I love that. Now, think about it this way. As a team leader, you are an OP or, you know, an RD or even Gary Keller. Everyone has a team, a support staff, right? So they know who they want. You have to have a team that's sharing your vision. It has to be work cohesively together as a group in order for you to get the results that you desire. So we know who we want when you're a leader. You go after the people that's going to share in your vision and help carry it through. So those are some of the 6 powerful things that we know about successful leaders. So I'm going to share some things. This is just a slight tidbit of some of the things that you're going to get in lead. So I'm going to share some of the benefits of taking lead and having the people you feel have leadership potential take this course. This is super powerful for OPs, rainmakers, single agents who just want to maybe one day grow a team, or you might want to be a better leader at home, someone who wants to build a powerful support group. This is for any and everyone. And we've done this program twice already, and we've had people come back the second time because they got so much out of it. So you're going to learn over 4 weeks to discover what leadership truly is. You're going to find and understand your passion, your why. Why do you want to be in leadership? How is it going to impact you? How is it going to impact others around you? And you're going to learn and understand the language and terms commonly used in leadership positions. You're going to learn powerful conversations to set appointments with recruits to help your team leader grow the market center and help you grow your downline, because each of you should be receiving profit share, because each of you are in someone's profit share. And you're going to learn objection handlers commonly given when setting an appointment. You're going to learn the importance of passive income and then our KWMVVBP. So you're going to learn practical applications to have an inclusive market center. We all desire to have an inclusive market center. And then ALC members, you'll get to re-engage and fall deeper in love with what an honor it is to hold that position. When I joined KW 15 years ago, the one thing I said I wanted to do was be on the ALC. And the following year, I was invited to join the ALC, and I carried that position for 11 years. And I really honored what it meant. People look up to you when you're in that top 20%. That's being a leader. And then once you graduate, you're going to feel energized and you're going to be ready to go out and lead other agents in the market center. You're going to be teaching. You're going to be bringing in recruits. You're going to fill the gap in the absence of leadership when they need assistance. And then you're going to have an in-depth review of our KW value pillars, which helps leaders to have more powerful internal conversations and remind them why they chose to be in business with KW. Think about it. We have people, coming in and out of our company. Why did you join? You're going to reignite that passion, and you're going to ultimately increase the growth, retention, and productivity. So you're going to have a clear vision in regards to if leadership is even the right path that you desire and the roadmap to get on your leadership journey. You're going to gain some knowledge, you're going to gain confidence to assist in hosting powerful career nights and learn the importance of an effective needs analysis. You're going to earn the opportunity to be spotlighted to KWRI, regions and market centers in search for talent. And you're going to build confidence knowing that as a future leader, you'll have the knowledge, the skills, the culture needed to fill the gap. Now, within that, like I said, we had over 300 people join us in the first 2 launches. And many of them have already, because of LEAD, got the confidence, went out there and filled out the applications. The positions were introduced to them, and now they're already in their new roles. So being a part of this exclusive community, you'll be a part of our private Facebook group. So leaders all across the company are sending open opportunities to us to post in the group and to email out to the graduates. So you'll get firsthand on where these positions are and what they're looking for. Okay, so now we went over some powerful qualities that leaders possess. So you're going to know that you have to invest in yourself as a leader. You have to always invest in yourself. You got to always influence people, and you have to have a clear vision on your direction of who you want on your team. Now, remember, having powerful conversations is something as agents that we all are engaged in, whether they're with our buyers, whether they're with our sellers, whether they're with our own family. So learning to have more powerful conversations is something that we built inside of this. And you're going to have a strong foundation for your success as a present or a future KW leader. Now, if you're already a market center leader, you're going to engage your ALC members to remember to engage at a higher level to help you strengthen your retention and recruiting. And then guess what? These positions are just going to be coming like this. They're going to be coming like this. It's so many opportunities. How many of you ever thought about a leadership position? You didn't even know where to start. Raise your hand. You didn't even know they had positions available. And you're like, wow, how did that person get that opportunity? I didn't even know about it. So that's the gap that we refilled by creating LEAD. Andrea, I see you have your hand up. Come off mute.
Not because you said raise your hand.
You were breaking up, Andrea. What I'm gonna, you're breaking up. Put it in the chat box for us. Put it in the chat box, Ms. Andrea, because we want to hear what you have to say. Now, again, when you register, I put the registration link over in the chat box. It's an investment of $195 for 4 weeks of internal conversations, being a part of this exclusive Facebook group so that you get all these open positions. And at Family Reunion, I'm actually having a breakout where I'm going to be interviewing future leaders and people that have already started off their young profession. We can't hear you. I think your mic is still messed up. So we're going to be having a panel of future leaders and panel of young professionals who have started off at the agent level and worked their way up in our company by taking advantage of our opportunity map. So let's open it up for questions and see what you may have. And then I'm going to let you go out and conquer the world today. So let's open it up for questions. Come off of mute.
I have a question. I took the 30, 60, 90. How is this different?
It's completely different because the 30, 60, 90 may be tied to just that one particular position that you're looking at, right? So this is not taking you through the 30, 60, 90. This is actually teaching you the behind the scenes conversations and inner workings of a market center, the way it's ran, things that we don't get to see behind the scenes. So this will take you all behind the scenes, learn those conversations, learn how to have powerful conversations, learn the language that leaders are using, and to introduce you to all the positions within our company.
Thank you. Thanks.
What other questions?
I have a question. What if you're interested in like the investor side of KW, like to be a title company investor?
Yeah,
and
so we
stuff like
talk about that too. We talk about that too within Lead. And that's a huge opportunity within our company. Mhm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What else? Don't be shy. We got, hey, Nyala. So look, guys, this is the opportunity now. The door is wide open. We have over 200, just the team leader positions by themselves. Over 200 available positions, just in team leader. Think about, we're getting ready to have a lot of OP positions open. We got regional director positions open. So think about your growth plan. This is 2022. What do you have on your growth plan? So even if it's not today, even if it's later on, this is the place to start so you can have an idea of what path I want to take. So I'm going to put my information in the chat box. So if any of you want to have some offline conversations, you want to ask some more questions, you want to hear some of the success stories from me and my two co-coaches, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I want to make sure that you guys have all the information you need because clarity is power. And I encourage you, if you're going to family reunion, whether it's virtually or in person, to join me because we're going to have some powerful conversations there. So thank you guys so much for spending a few minutes with me today. Sorry about the barking dog, and I'll see you guys here at family reunion.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Vasha,
Yes,
quick question. On family reunion, that panel you're doing, is that going to be like one of the breakout sessions?
it is. It is going to be a breakout. It's going to be Learn the Pathway to KW Leadership for Young Professionals.
I'll see you there.
Awesome. I love that, Jesse.
Is it available already in the schedule?
I don't know if it's in the schedule yet. It should be. It should be. I haven't even looked at the schedule. But it will be held on Monday from 3:15 to 4:30 p.m. I know that much.
3:15 or 4:30?
Yes, 3:15 to 4:30.
Thanks, Vasha. See you at family reunion.
Thank you. See you there. Can't wait.